Chapter 11, A Spoiled Bunch. After most students safely left the campus, Zhang Ruyan got a call from the station, informing him that there seemed to be a fight at the nobility clubhouse. He hurriedly hung up the call and said to Su Cheng, "I'm going over to nobility. You stay here to keep watch on the students and come find me when the campus is empty." Su Cheng nodded. After Zhang Ruyan left, Su Cheng remained standing by the street and kept an eye on the high school's campus gate. Then when the campus was almost empty, he got on the motorcycle, drove around and stopped by an alley, where he saw a couple high schoolers shoving a teenager around in the alley. Su Cheng shouted after sounding the horn, "Still not going home at this hour." The 5 students saw that it was a police officer. They sneered and came out from the alley. Before leaving, they casted a fierce look at him, seemingly unsatisfied. After the 5 of them left, Su Cheng saw a teen crouching against the wall in the corner. "You okay?" The teen's hair was dyed blonde and he was also wearing earrings. Su Cheng could tell the pair of earrings were not cheap, set with real diamonds. The teen raised his head and casted a glance of disdain at Su Cheng. "Why don't you mind your own business? Still acting tough after almost getting squashed?" Su Cheng laughed. "Can't you see that they were ganging up on me because they can't beat me alone?" The blonde teenager snorted. "Go home after school, don't wander around this late," Su Cheng replied. "I'm 16 already, do I still need to be taught by you? What are you police officers doing if the outside world is really as dangerous as you say?" The blonde teen wiped the blood off the corner of his mouth and mumbled. "My parents don't even try to mind my business, who are you to do such a thing?" Su Cheng didn't care about the sour words and replied, "I wouldn't mind other people's business this much, but judging by your watch and earrings alone, if the bad guys had good eyes, you would be in a pretty dangerous situation." The blonde boy squinted his eyes and looked at Su Cheng strangely. "I couldn't tell before, but you actually know a lot. That Armani outfit, limited edition watch, and pair of diamond earrings should have a total value of at least 200,000. A little boy capable of wearing this out to the street probably comes from a family free of financial concerns." Su Cheng said with a smile, "So I'm not really trying to mind your business, but if someone like you were to get kidnapped, it would be people like me doing the heavy work and taking the blame. So yeah, please don't give us a hard time. Go home early and don't fight on the streets like in those movies." Then, Su Cheng prepared to leave, but who knew the blonde teen would say to his back, "My brother can't pick me up tonight, can you drive me to a place?" "I don't have that obligation," Su Cheng replied. "My money was taken by those upper year students, I really don't have the money to take a cab." "Just drive me over," the blonde teen said. Su Cheng said as he looked at the teen from the corner of his eyes, "Where to?" "If it's too far then I can't, because I'm still on duty." "To the nobility clubhouse," the blonde teen said. Su Cheng, "Not going. Is that a place for a kid your age?" The blonde teen, "My brother is there, and he has the house keys. If I don't go find him then how am I going to go home? If you can't take me then I'm going to write a complaint to your superior." He looked at Su Cheng provocatively, his expression basically saying that Su Cheng had no other option. He gritted his teeth, and seeing that the campus was already empty, he said to the kid, "Get on." Su Cheng brought him to the nobility clubhouse to meet up with his colleague Zhang Ruyan. When they got close, they could already hear some friction over there. Su Cheng quickly increased the horsepower and drove over, seeing that his colleagues who had already arrived at the scene, were trying to mediate a fight. The blonde teen saw his brother in the crowd. Seeing him arguing with someone, the blonde teen immediately jumped off the motorcycle in rage and went over to push the other guy. "What are you trying to do?" This push of his agitated the two opposing factions, increasing the level of verbal insults being thrown around. Su Cheng looked around at the supercars and luxurious cars around the clubhouse and could already deduce that the people here were the rich and powerful. He then saw his 4 colleagues just standing on the side, only trying to verbally mediate the conflict. None of them actually daring to jump into the middle. Su Cheng went over to Zhang Ruyan and asked in a low voice, "What happened?" These two groups had some friction. Someone accidentally spat on another guy's sports car. The side that got spat on only has 3 people, and the side that spat has 8. They had been arguing for the past half hour. The big brother of the blonde teen that Su Cheng drove over belonged to the side that got their car spat on. He was going to go and pick up his little brother from school, but just when he started the car, another group of people came out from the clubhouse and unintentionally spat onto his car. Then, An argument broke out. The side that did the spitting was not apologizing and had a bad attitude just because they had more people, so the other side didn't let them go and even called for backup. Sure enough, Su Cheng immediately saw many mid-class sedans and luxurious cars drive into the parking lot. At least 7 or 8 young men got off the car, and judging by the looks, they all seemed to be young masters from rich and powerful families. They all went to that blonde teen's brother's side and began shouting, "Who dares to fuck with our big brother Lin?" The blonde teen and his brother's last name were Lin. Now with backup, they all became more confident. They looked at the other side. "So, you are still not apologizing, right?" The other side saw that the opposition got more people, and they immediately became a bit scared. "It's just a bit of saliva. Here, you can spit on my car too and let's call it even. I will apologize too, how is that?" Since young Master Lin's brothers already came, how could they let them go this easily? He said, "Where were you moments ago? Now you want to end this shit? Sure, go lick your spit off my car. You." The other guy gritted his teeth, and a grim expression appeared on his face. "You want to start something? You want to see who has more people? Sure, I will call my men too." Then, he took out his cell and began calling. "This spoiled bunch can't stand anything that doesn't go their way," Su Cheng sighed and said in disdain. Zhang Ruyan nudged him with his shoulder. "Don't talk, they usually have pretty bad tempers. Zhang, how do we take care of this? If a fight breaks out, then it's going to get ugly, and it's right in front of our face too," Su Cheng asked. "We already tried to mediate. If a fight really were to break out later, we will just help call the ambulance. Let's not mind any other business," Zhang Ruyan replied. "Will that work?" Su Cheng frowned. "If someone were to tape this whole thing and complain to our higher-ups, saying that we only take the taxpayers' money but don't do anything, then what's going to happen to the police station's image? Public group fights have really bad influence once it gets onto the media. At times like this, no matter which side you help, you won't get anywhere no matter what you do, you understand?" Zhang Ruyan gave him a look. "If either side of them leave the fight unsatisfied, they will push the blame onto you. Do you still want your job? I'm a soldier, I think everyone must abide by the law." Su Cheng gritted his teeth and said, "To turn a blind eye on this, I'm sorry but I can't do it.